no, it's okay. I got a fucking fly in my house now all of a sudden. Okay, hopefully it won't land like on the screen here. So how you doing?
Good, man. I'm so excited to talk to you. So, here at Bionic Buzz, we're all about people's passion. You know, your band Nonpoint's had an amazing career. You know, amazing tours. I've heard so many of your songs on Sirius Octane. But I want to know where your passion for music originally came from, which led you to your journey. Was it an album that inspired it, a live performance, or something that was natural for you as a child?
I think it was. I mean, everybody is. Very rarely do you run into somebody that goes, "God, I hate fucking music." You know, that really doesn't happen very often. I think my love for good music
Yeah.
came from Sunday afternoons. You know, family cleaning uh, the house all together, and my parents would blast everything from Earth, Wind, and Fire to you know. Christopher Cross or James Taylor or Weather
Oh,
Report or Journey or any of the other classic rock
cool.
bands that would fill my house on a Sunday afternoon. So
When did you start knowing about like hard rock and metal and stuff? Like,
not until my hard rock and days early were all classic rock. Whatever
gotcha.
basically my stepfather was playing in the house. I just gravitated to the one or two acts or songs that I dug. So there was, I was definitely more of a Zepp fan than a
Yeah.
Sabbath fan. I was more of a Paul McCartney guy than a John Lennon guy. Um, there was more wings in my house than a man. You know what I'm saying? Like that
Oh,
kind of
very
thing.
cool.
So, that all was, as far as rock, that's what I was exposed to, early. Uh, I was mainly a pop and a hip hop kid growing up. Um, I didn't get into rock music until I met Hector, our first bass player for Nonpoint Factor. Was introducing me to songs and bands and wanted me to see his band come jam, and that's when I got really into, at the time it was new metal was really what was coming up.
Yeah, yeah.
Rage was I think on their second record, about to drop their second record. So I came up around that time,
Very
when,
cool.
as far as like newer rock music.
Yeah.
um, so once I met all those guys and all the stuff that they like, it was just constant tape trading and, here, listen to this, you've never heard of these guys, listen to this. So it was I definitely got into it later in my
Me too. Let's talk about your song you just released, "Remember Me." Very tribute to all the frontline workers. Really amazing music video. Let's talk about the song first. It got a really nice, beautiful piano riff to it. Talk about the writing process. Like, this
uh,
I know was kind of written during quarantine time and like over
yeah.
your phone.
We were all kind of like, you know uh, stuck at home trying to figure out how to do anything with our fan base at coming out of uh, basically coming out of dark. We had blacked all our socials and gone completely off the grid for a little while we just decided what we wanted to do. And when the pandemic hit and everyone's like, where's Nonpoint, we were still, we were just decompressing and trying to maybe write new music, maybe figure out what we were doing. So staring at social media and staring at the feeds, trying to figure out what the hell's going on. There was that call from our fans of I really missed the guys. I missed their campaigns. They were normally the light side of our day. So we decided to come back and start running campaigns again. We got started with the Alive and Kicking initiative, and we did that, and figured out a way to do it from home. And right off the heels of that, with the second wave of what potentially might be coming with the pandemic, everyone re-locking down and seeing the importance, we felt like something like Frontlines would be perfect to come off the heels of Alive and Kicking and, keep people's focus on the right things, which is, be aware of the people that are trying to keep us safe and, trying to keep us all healthy, just to do our parts, because they're actually real people that, you don't,
Yeah.
you don't know. Just because it's not on your doorstep doesn't mean that there aren't families that are dealing with this. So to just be kind and mindful, and to actually put a face and a name to a lot of what people think is just conspiracy, and hey, they just want us to be home just to be home. It's like,
Yeah. Ridiculous.
say that to every single healthcare worker right now whose hospitals are filling up in ways that they've literally never seen in their lives.
It's a really touching music video. I blank on the name of I think it was a woman who worked on it, or?
Oh yeah, Francesca. It was
yes, thank you.
for the last year and a half. She's basically been in charge of our creative direction and all of our imagery.
Yeah, she's a photographer too, and
Correct.
yeah.
Yeah, she's all of our newest promo shots that you've seen. That's I Quentin Tarantino did it a lot with his productions, and I hear people say this all the time. If you ever want to look better, put a woman in charge, and you're gonna look good.
Cool. So how did she organize? Because these are real people.
Those are real people, right? Well, she came to us with the concept. She wanted to basically do what we did with that first Frontline video initially, that I putting together a bunch of photos that I didn't have permission to do. That's probably why I got pulled down. But she wanted to actually use real people and use photos and videos that we had access to. So, people recognize Francesca online and through all of our socials. So she speaks to our fans, every once in a while. So it was easy for her to, put up a post and say, hey, let's get everyone who's in the healthcare industry and people that are, even grocery store workers,
yeah, there's a meat pack person in there,
Oh yeah,
like, oh, that's cool.
yeah. We're touching on everyone that we know is going to work, that didn't have to claim an employment, that is literally putting themselves in harm's way every single day just for the safety of people that they don't even know on a person.
Oh, I love it. I did read that you're working on a new album now. Is that you very probably inspired by what's going on in the world?
We're working on new music. Well, we're always working. When we decided to take a break, obviously stuff was flying back and forth. I think in that press release, it got taken a little bit further than
at times.
Everyone's like, "Oh, Nonpoint's writing a new record." I'm like, not really writing a new record. We're throwing around some stuff since. If anyone's been following my band for the last 20 plus years, they know that this is the kind of subject matter we talk about. Songs like The Truth and What a Day and Bullet with a Name and There's Gonna Be a War and Circles and a million other songs in my catalog that I can name. Generation Idiot. There's a million songs. Chaos and Earthquakes. There's a lot of that rhetoric and attention to that, and there's a lot of subject right now. So obviously, naturally, when my managers ask me, "Hey, what's going on?" We say, "Well, we're writing some new stuff, and it's pretty aggressive and pretty poignant to the times right now." So he got very excited, and I guess they put it in the press release.
Gotcha. So there's no timetable when you might have a new single soon, or it might be a new album later this year. We don't know.
With the way things are going right now, we're moving on to another campaign that's going to be really exciting. I think we're going to announce it either today or Wednesday. That is really going to get our fans involved. It is going to be a new song,
Awesome.
But it's going to be something that we're allowing them to vote on. And almost like a NCAA kind of bracket. So keep an eye out on our socials. We're definitely gonna engage in a way that we never have with our fans. We ran a survey before that was our most engaging fan interaction, and I know when we start asking the questions that we're about to ask on our socials come today or Wednesday, it's gonna go off the charts. I'm sure press is gonna jump up. I know that.
Okay, well, great. Thank you so much for your time to talk to me, and we'll talk down the road.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right. Take care.